Get ready for the action because the uncertainty is real. Steve Kerr's future looks even murkier after the latest Warriors twist. As long as Steph Curry is on the Golden State Warriors roster, fans assumed Steve Kerr would be the head coach, but his contract is up, and there is real uncertainty that he has already coached his final game, especially after Draymond Green said on his podcast that he doesn't think the coach will return.
Never get caught with a dead phone again. This INIU portable charger is compact, travel-friendly, and gives you fast 45-watt charging with a built-in USB-C cable, so there's no need to carry extra cords. With 10,000 mAh power, it's perfect for busy days, trips, emergencies, or anytime your battery drops too low. Grab yours on Amazon through the link in the comments before your phone hits 1%.
We dive into the fallout from the play-in loss and what it means for the future of the Warriors. After the Warriors lost to the Suns in the play-in tournament, Kerr said he didn't know what was going to happen, adding that there is a run that happens, and when it ends, sometimes it is time for new blood and new ideas. We explore how this moment with Draymond Green and Steph Curry really sunk in that it could truly be the end for the dynasty. Next up, we look at the team's internal conversations and contract situations. Warriors veterans spoke about Steve Kerr's future and contract situations during exit interviews, revealing that while the team wants him back, decisions are complex. We also track the contract statuses of key players like D'Anthony Melton and Kristaps Porzingis, and the lingering question over Podziemski's extension. Finally, we check in on the big names as the offseason begins. We get an honest look at Al Horford's uncertainty regarding his future, despite his contract, and his hints about a potential return. Don't miss a second of this analysis. Stay tuned for the rest of the game. The future of Golden State Warriors head coach Steve Kerr is facing significant uncertainty following a recent team loss, fueling speculation about an impending coaching change. With Steph Curry remaining on the roster, the assumption was that Kerr would lead the team, but his contract is up, and doubts are mounting, amplified by comments from teammate Draymond Green. Green recently expressed skepticism about Kerr's return on his podcast, stating, "I hope he's our coach next year, but my honest opinion is that he won't come back. That was it. It felt like the end. They were 12 incredible years." Following the Warriors' defeat in the play-in tournament against the Suns, Kerr acknowledged the uncertainty, remarking that there is a run that happens, and when the run ends, sometimes it's time for new blood and new ideas. This statement suggests the dynasty run is over, but as long as Curry is involved, the organization is expected to pursue another championship. However, the timing of a change is debated, with some suggesting leadership changes shouldn't occur until Curry retires. While Draymond Green's comments are personal opinions, his perspective is notable given his 13-year tenure with the franchise. The emotional exchange between Kerr, Draymond, and Curry in the final moments of the loss highlighted the precariousness of the situation, suggesting a moment of reflection on the potential end of an era. If Kerr does not return, it could create instability for the Warriors as they enter a critical offseason focused on building a championship-caliber roster. Despite the uncertainty, Kerr remains considered the ideal candidate to lead the team to a title at this juncture. The team is now focused on determining their leadership structure as they navigate the pivotal offseason ahead. The hope remains that Kerr will return, contingent on both his personal happiness and his belief in his suitability for the role, as expressed by both Kerr and Curry. San Francisco, following the Warriors' recent struggles, a series of exit interviews with role players provided candid insights into the team's future, with the status of head coach Steve Kerr taking center stage. During the media availability, veterans were pressed on Kerr's future, a topic that consistently elicited a unified response, a desire to see him return. Steve Kerr indicated that he would take several weeks before meeting with owner Joe Lacob and GM Mike Dunleavy Jr. After the recent loss in Phoenix, players like Gui Santos expressed deep loyalty, stating they wanted to be coached by Kerr for the long term. Podziemski offered a more measured perspective, acknowledging the desire to have him back, but emphasizing that Kerr's happiness was paramount. Meanwhile, key players Kristaps Porzingis, Seth Curry, and Gary Payton II are set to become unrestricted free agents this summer. Focusing on player futures, D'Anthony Melton expressed a strong desire to return to the Warriors, though he left the door open for testing the open market and declining his player option. Melton acknowledged a dip in his shooting efficiency this season but remains hopeful, stating, "I would love to come back." For forward D'Anthony Melton, his return is contingent on the team's direction. He stressed the need for patience, advising that the team should allow current circumstances to play out before making a final decision regarding Kerr's role. Contract and long-term outlooks were also discussed. Podziemski, entering his third season, signaled a desire for a long-term commitment, though the timeline for a guaranteed extension is not immediate. He referenced the contrasting career paths of fellow Warriors players, noting that seeing different approaches to contract negotiations provided valuable perspective. Regarding other roster members, Al Horford is weighing his future, entering the summer with a player option and plans to take time to assess his next steps, despite still aiming for contention. Other players have also outlined their offseason plans. Gui Santos secured a 3-year extension. Quinton Post will be a restricted free agent, and Will Richard intends to focus on rest and applying lessons learned during the season. Malevi Leons is targeting improvements in his shooting and physicality. LJ Cryer is expected to return to the court soon after an ankle sprain. The Golden State Warriors entered a period of significant uncertainty following their play-in tournament loss against the Phoenix Suns on April 17, 2026, as key figures reflected on the team's future. During the final moments of the game, head coach Steve Kerr, star player Stephen Curry, and Draymond Green shared a heartfelt embrace, underscoring the emotional weight of the season's conclusion. With the score at 110-94 and 1-0-6 remaining, Draymond Green was ejected just seconds before, and Kerr took a moment to process the season's end. In an exchange, Kerr told Curry and Green, "I don't know what's going to happen next, but I love you guys to death." This sentiment highlighted the complex emotions surrounding the team's trajectory. The uncertainty is compounded by Kerr's contract status, which is expiring, raising questions about his future with the franchise. Kerr stated that all roles have an expiration date and that he is meeting with owner Joe Lacob and GM Mike Dunleavy to discuss various scenarios, though he publicly maintained he was not favoring any specific outcome. Crucially, Kerr emphasized his commitment to Curry, asserting, "I don't want to walk away from Steph. I'm definitely not going and coaching somewhere else next year in the NBA." Curry urged caution, stating, "I don't know if that's a signal of anything. It's just that we wanted to appreciate what we have all poured into this journey." He noted that the moment was about appreciation rather than a definitive farewell. The season itself was marred by significant injury issues, including the loss of Jimmy Butler and Moses Moody to severe knee injuries, and Stephen Curry battling patellofemoral pain syndrome late in the run. Despite these setbacks, Green, at 36, confirmed he has no plans to retire and expressed a desire for stability, though he acknowledged the possibility of a move. Curry remained optimistic about his recovery, believing rest would position him well for training camp. The offseason is expected to be filled with variables, including the potential return of injured players, the free agency of D'Anthony Melton and Kristaps Porzingis, and decisions regarding Brandon Podziemski and the use of the lottery pick. However, the paramount question remains whether Steve Kerr will continue as the Warriors' coach next season. Given that Curry, Green, and Butler are all entering final years of their contracts, the likelihood of them remaining with Kerr is high, making his future role the central focus of the team's upcoming strategic planning. The Golden State Warriors face a significant offseason crossroads following a challenging conclusion to their 2025-26 season, marked by a tough road defeat to the Phoenix Suns in the play-in tournament second round. Questions are mounting regarding the future of the Steve Kerr era in Golden State. Center Al Horford, who remains under contract after signing a multi-year deal last offseason from the Boston Celtics, has openly discussed his thoughts as he approaches his 40-year-old season. Speaking on channel YouTube, Horford was candid about his recent performance, stating, "We didn't accomplish or achieve what we wanted to so, but individually I felt like it was good for me." Further speculation surrounds Horford's potential retirement. Nick Friedel reported on the player's contemplation of his options for the upcoming season. Friedel indicated that Horford plans to take a couple of weeks before deciding whether to exercise his option for next year. Friedel added that Horford expressed enjoyment of his time in the Bay Area and is currently feeling good, suggesting he might play at least one more season, though he remains uncertain. Horford's tenure with the Warriors began with struggles, battling injuries and inconsistency during the regular season. However, he demonstrated his capability during the first play-in game against the Los Angeles Clippers, contributing crucial three-point shooting to help Golden State secure an impressive comeback. Should the Warriors maintain their current core of players, Al Horford would be a highly valued asset, expected to return to both the locker room and the court in the upcoming season.